listeners, welcome to the Medreach podcast by Medreach Knowledge Sharing Forum, top-notch talk with healthcare experts. I'm your host Roshna. Let me give you a quick insight about what is Medreach Knowledge Sharing Forum. We are the only forum to focus on healthcare management knowledge sharing. Our forum helps you to connect with healthcare industry experts. Medreach Knowledge Sharing Forum is the right place to share best practices, interesting queries and articles respect to the healthcare field. To share and seek in all the fields of healthcare industry, join with us today. Visit knowledge.medreach.in. This episode we have Dr.E.Chenthil Perumal, founder and managing director of lamfer Diagnostics, to join with us. Hi Dr. Chenthil, welcome to the Medreach podcast.
Hi Roshna, it's my pleasure to meet you. Before going into the official podcast, I should really congratulate your team, MedReach, to taking the specific interest in terms of creating a knowledge. That's a really good startup. I wish all your team to great success in your upcoming projects.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really feeling grateful to have you here in our episode today.
With pleasure, Roshna.
Yeah, sir. I have given a gist about you. Can you elaborate on more with your introduction?
Yes. I'm Dr. Chenthil. I would like to say myself as a surgeon who turned entrepreneur. So I come from a family filled up with doctors. I always wanted to practice medicine in the way to help the society. So hence I started my own trust at the age of 23 with my help of my family. And then I completed my post graduation. But still, I was doing a lot of medical services at rural areas with my family support. After my post graduation, I went on to pursue my super specialty in cardiothoracic surgery. But in few months of time, I realized I wanted to help people to prevent illness rather than treating them after becoming sick. So I quit my cardiothoracic post graduation super specialty against all the odd and all the tough opinions from my friends and relatives as well. But I knew I need to do something to follow my heart. So I started Lamfer Healthcare, this particular venture in 2018, to put forth my dream of giving preventive healthcare through diagnostic services.
That's really a
Diagnostic
good.
services which helps in picking signs from the body to some form of illness which can cater upon yearly to prevent major non-communicable diseases. So this is a small intro about myself, Roshna.
Awesome, sir. Really a good thing that you are following your heart and your interested field you are into right now. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So as of like we know that each organization has its own story to tell, the process of development and the strategies. What inspired you or hitched you to start up a lab? We'd really like to hear about your experiences in the journey of venturing lab for diagnostics. Could you please share us?
My ideology is always prevention, which played the basis of setting up a diagnostic center because only by diagnosing yearly and at the affordable cost, we will be able to prevent major illnesses from our population. Hence, we started our own laboratory and haven't compromised in the quality of reports till date, for which we are going through many struggles with our peer labs as well. But to overcome it, only because we don't compromise in quality of the report, just to reduce the cost. So this is the main point of starting up this organization, and this is the main strategy: the quality and screening. These both are the main strategy we follow. The ideology is to prevent diseases.
So yeah, as you mentioned, it will be like prevention is better than cure. Before diagnostic thing will help the patients to really get their lifestyle good. It's really a good intention, I would say. So, like as you told mentioned in the answer, like you faced like a lot of difficulties and all those things. What risks and difficulties you came across during venture of lamfer diagnostics?
Exactly. When it comes to personally, I was a full-time medical professional actually. So I quit my post super specialty post graduation at few years back at the 2012. So after that, I was a full-time medical professional, and I also was practicing as a doctor and a professor in a reputed medical college in Chennai. So once I decided to shift into a business life, it was really a new area where I am not familiar about actually. Because my entire family is a professional family, a doctor family. I don't know. I have zero idea in terms of business. So luckily, I was able to join a network called Business Network International. So they help. So they help in terms of development, how to do a business and how to become a good entrepreneur. BNI helped me a lot in terms of becoming a good businessman as well. And the second point is, even though we are in the a good background of doctors, creating a trust in the community, which played a very tough for us in terms of getting that trust, because in this particular field, in terms of healthcare, people always want to go to the familiar faces or familiar place where they were taking the treatment for a very long time. So coming up to a new places, they always have the hesitations to experiment in terms of they don't want to take the risk in terms of their own health. So getting up the trust is the one of the big challenge we face during the initial days is. And promotion, whether do we need to do in a traditional method of in a print media, or we should go into the digital media. Now the present scenario, I clearly understand. I always prefer digital media. Initial days, I had that little tough in terms of taking the decision whether to the digital media or print media. And as we all know that setting up a particular venture or any venture, it needs a lot of investment, and that too particularly a lab. That costs a lot of investment in terms of buying the machines, infrastructure, software, and etc. So that is the, how to invest in a proper manner, and setting up the right investment and to get the business running. That is the key area. We initially had we took the risk, and it was difficult during the initial days, I would like to say.
So yeah, as you mentioned, like whether to go with a digital or a print media, what was your choice in those times? How you reached it? What method you used?
Initially, when I started this venture, I was more positive in terms of print media, because it's already there for a very long year. I still believed in terms of digital media, but during the initial days, I thought print media will reach more than digital media. And later, I understood that it is not the scenario. Now, I give the entire marketing through digital media in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Whatever social media pages is there, we use the entire social media. So digital media is the part, is the way to go for marketing in this particular time.
Yeah, so you're absolutely correct. It's the way. And as you also mentioned, like every lab setup requires lots of investment in the terms of equipments and all those things. In every lab setup, like equipment consumes a major part of capital investment. As an entrepreneur, how do you see this? And how equipment market in India right now?
See, so I would like to divide three types of labs in India. If you can see, there are collection centers where they will collect only the blood, and they send it to the tertiary labs. Next is a basic laboratory where they collect, and also they run basic investigations for like sugars, cholesterol, and your diabetes and cholesterol, whatever the basic test they can do in that particular lab, they will do. So they will not do the special tests like hormones and genetic study, cancer markers. They may not do there actually. So there comes the advanced laboratory or research laboratory. We call them as a tertiary lab, where both the collection centers and basic laboratory will be sending their samples to this kind of advanced laboratory. And this is where this is the place where all the high-end tests like cancer markers, genetic study, DNA study, everything will be done in those particular labs. So as far as instruments or machines are concerned, the collection centers and basic lab will be needing very less amount of investment in terms of instruments. But if you want to set up advanced laboratory like us actually, and that there is the need of investment more in terms of getting the right instrument for your what you're going to do, or what type of test you are going to do. That is the main key point to decide to invest in the equipment point. So as far as India is concerned, for the amount of population we have, Indian medical equipment manufacturer should be a huge market. But unfortunately, we as a country have not given more importance in terms of manufacturing the medical equipments. We have the best, or I would like to say, two or three manufacturers in terms of automobiles like bike and cars, and also in terms of mobile phone. But unfortunately, we didn't give much of concentration in terms of medical equipment manufacturing. But this COVID condition have given a awareness for each and every country who have not given importance to their medical equipment manufacturers. This is the time which creates an awareness, and luckily, many of our company have started producing a simple, simple monitors, ventilators, and this is a good sign. I would like to see that. Hope we will be starting the imaging and diagnostic machines as well production in India. So recent days, I could see that Indian government have given more importance of setting up the medical manufacturing parks. Like I came to know that near Chennai they are planning to start up a medical manufacturing park, and also government is very particular in supporting those companies who are coming up and interested in medical equipment manufacturing.
Now the government is like eye opened and they are concentrating and supporting for all these manufacturings in India. So do you think it will
Exactly.
reduce the cost in availing the machineries in the future?
Definitely. Because today I could see that since we are our COVID patients are responding very well, and 0.25 percentage of people are going for ventilatory support. So government have given permission to all the ventilatory manufacturers to export their machines to the other country. That's a good sign, because we have now the ample amount of ventilators available in India and Indian population. Definitely, the production cost will reduce, and also the buying cost will reduce. And a lot of hospitals, the facilities of each and every hospitals, even the primary healthcare centers, can have a ventilatory support. That is a good move. Only because of COVID condition, we could able to see that change in our own country.
So it sounds like there is a good in a bad
Yeah,
situation.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Coming back to the software kind of things and all those things, how technological innovations are helping Lamfer in achieving its missions?
Yeah. So, as a person, I always love technology. That is one of the reason why I got a lot of high-end machines as well. Yeah, when it comes to lamp, we didn't invest in a semi-automatic machine. The whatever machines we have in lamp is a fully automated machines. It's like a BMW car. You don't need to do anything. Just need to put a sample, and it will give the results. And also we have invested a good amount in terms of lab informative software. They call this as LIS software. With this particular software, we will integrate the entire machines which is available in our lab. Why? Because it will give a 99.9% accurate results, that we can, thereby which we can completely avoid the manual errors. zero point 0.1 or something like that. Even a zero point 0.1 can change the results from a positive to negative. So such kind of errors we are avoiding only because of investing more in terms of technology, like good software and also the automatic machines what we have in lamfer. And this particular software will help our pathologists to report wherever in the world they are. They can sit and once the report is ready, once the machine have pull the reports to the software, doctors can sit anywhere in the world and they can approve the reports. And we also have a high-end technology of ECG machine. It is a cloud technology where once we took the ECG and it will be sent to the doctors who is sitting in Bangalore, and they see the ECG. It's a AI plus the cardiologist will be sitting and seeing the ECG, and they will our ECG report will be reported with a cardiologist. That is the technology we use in lamfer, and so on. So we have a completely a technology filled lab, and this is the I think this is one of the main key success what I would like to say in terms of lamfer is concerned.
So that was like really a wow and amazing. And it shows that your goal is really clear to provide a perfect treatment and diagnostic things to your patients with all these technologies.
Definitely,
So,
definitely.
yeah. Okay, among the different players in industry, how unique is Lamp Diagnostics? How you reached your target audience?
Okay. So from the day one, I am very clear about what I am going to concentrate on. I have no confusions. I am very specific. I am going to concentrate only on preventive healthcare. தமிழ்ல அழகா சொல்ல போனா வருமுன் காப்போம் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். So India is almost in India, almost all cancer patients coming to the hospital, either it may be a government hospital or a private hospitals like Apollo. Most of us they come at the stage of stage 3 or stage 4. That is the advanced stage where we can't do any surgeries. We can do only palliative treatment. Palliative is just like symptomatic treatment where we can give painkillers or some sort of support so that they die peacefully. So to avoid that, we need to screen many of our population. If we can able to identify these type of cancers at very early stage, and then that is the area I wanted to work on. So there are two major reasons. One is due to the lack of awareness among the public, and second is the affordability. So if we can able to diagnose the non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and as I said, cancers, we can live a healthy life. The main point is to reduce the huge amount of expenditure what our people are spending once they got the diseases. For example, if you take a diabetes patient, if he's going to be there with diabetes for more than 10 years, he will be having a kidney issues. If his one of his kidney is going to for failure, then he there is a high chance he might go into a dialysis. For around 5 to 10 years, he need to keep on doing dialysis at least every once in a week. And if it is going to total shutdown of the kidney, and every day he is going to do a dialysis, it's a huge expenditure what that particular person is going to face for his entire lifetime. And the next stage, if he's going to go for a transplant again, it's going to be a huge investment or huge expenditure what that particular patient has to give for that particular surgery. So to avoid all this, if we can able to identify diabetes in the early stage, and if we can give some sort of simple exercise and nutritions and whatever way we can prevent going to the higher values, that that is a goal what we are aiming in from lamfer to achieve in the entire population preventive healthcare. This is the unique point we consider ourselves, and we are very clear in this particular point. There is no change from our side.
So really a good justification, and it's valuable one to do right now in this lifestyle, I would say. Again, moving on to the next question. As a home care is evolving these days, we all know how the mindset of people, what they prefer the most, home care or direct lab approach.
See, in terms of India's concern, in tier one and tier two cities, due to a lot of traffic and time constraint, and people are very busy, and they even forget about their health, and they even skip their own regular health checkups. So, in terms of tier one and tier two, definitely people are preferring for home care, but in tier three, still people want to come personally and do whatever the health screening or to see a doctor. They prefer to come directly in person. But in when you say when you take it in a complete Indian population, so they want to witness the infrastructure and what type of services we provide in that particular laboratory or hospital, clinic, whatever you say. Okay, that will create a confidence for them. I can go and give my blood, or I can go and do my scannings or whatever it is. So once they gain their confidence that this particular lab or this particular hospital is very well organized and they have a complete infrastructure, up to date infrastructure, then there is no coming back. So first thing I would like to say that if an organization has got that trust, they will move into the credibility. Once the trust has created and the organization has become a credible organization, then people will start coming into the comfort zone. When they are coming into the comfort zone, almost all, even if you are in a tier one or tier two or tier three, wherever you are, they will prefer for home care services, no doubt about that.
Okay, so as of the tier three cities and most of the people's mindset in India, you're coming to say that they want to feel that aesthetic and the presence and how their treatment in hands on hand.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Moving on to the next question. Can you share us some of the cost saving measures you follow for your laboratory?
Yes. So, as I said earlier, we have invested more in terms of keeping all our machines into fully automated machines, and also in technology. We have a top-notch technology software for the entire lab. This helping us to run effectively with a very less manpower. So usually, if we are going to have a semi-automatic machines, if for a lab like us, minimum there will be need of around 10 to 15 people to manage the entire lab, but we are managing our entire lab with only 4 people in-house. We have a good number of collection persons, but in-house, in the place of 15 we have only 4. And also when we choose the candidate selection, we make sure all our candidates are having the talent of doing multitasking. So when someone is in absence, they can replace them, and there will be no lag in the work of the entire lab. And that is one of the main key we always look upon when we are choosing a candidate. And as a referral lab, as I said, we used to collect samples from collection centers and also the surrounding basics lab, and we try to run in batches so that by doing that, we reduce the running cost of the individual samples. These are some of the key points we follow to reduce the cost to some extent, but we never ever compromise in quality for the cost cutting.
That's really very clear and keen about things. Of course, the quality matters and we cannot compromise at any cost. The next question is like, I can say it's like very sensitive or something. As of now, in what criteria does the government gives permission for the vital test to the labs? Why it's not equally given? Could you share the norms behind this and why it's not permitted for all the labs to conduct certain vital tests during the pandemic situations?
Yes, that's a really good question, and the need of the hour as well, actually. So you must have come across the name called ICMR. Okay, so what does it stand as? Indian Council of Medical Research.
Medical
Uh,
research.
as I rightly said in the earlier question, I said there are 3 types of lab: collection center, basic lab, and the advanced tertiary or research centers. Okay, so ICMR chooses lab according to three conditions. One, a particular laboratory should have a molecular biology bar real-time PCR machines to run these tests. Second, they should have an expertise staff to handle the virology. The third, that particular laboratory should get minimum 100 samples per day. Okay, these are the simple three criteria they select before choosing the particular laboratory. And the next is NABL, so National Accreditation Board of Testing and Calibration Laboratory. So now the government of India is very particular about NABL and NABH. Actually, these are some kind of standards that government follows. Like if for common people, I would like to say like ISO 9001 or 2000, something like that. So same like ISO for health sector, there are two. One is NABH. NABH is for the hospital. NABL is for the laboratory. There are a lot of accreditation, like Australian accreditation. You can get a lot of accreditation, but as far as Indian
GPI.
government, yeah, as far as government of India is concerned, they are very particular that most of all the labs should take NABL certified. They are going to be very strict in upcoming days, and we are also in the process of getting the NABL done. And it's a very strict process. There is no leniency at all, and each and every area they look into, and there is a no chance that quality will never miss in any of those NABL accredited lab. Okay, and as I rightly said, infrastructure. If a lab is completely infrastructure is complete, then that particular lab is will be given the approval for running these type of special test.
So we all really learned this today because we don't know what is the norms behind this. I think this would really help all of us who is wondering about this question.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, your inspiration and favorite book. Who's your inspiration and your favorite book?
As far as my medical guru is my Professor N. Anandakrishnan, who is my mentor in terms of medical field is concerned. As far as book is concerned, I follow Autobiography of Yogi. It is my all-time favorite book, and I also have some sort of spiritual knowledge as well. My spiritual guru is Sadhguru. The most favorite book in terms of spiritual is Death by written by Sadhguru. This is the latest book, and I follow that.
Great share. So yeah, your message to the budding entrepreneurs, youngsters, and the people who are listening to this.
Yeah, like say I always want to I always like to guide all the youngsters and young entrepreneurs. I love to be with students. What I will also always suggest to them is choose your area of interest. What is your interest? And next is work on your strength. You should know where is your capabilities there. And if you are not identified still, you need to self analyze. You should run your self analysis, and you should find out where is your strength is lying. And if you can able to identify that, that is the area you need to work on. And be very specific what you want to become. Please don't change your target from every day to day or hour to hour. Please fix your target, work for your target, and then the success is fixed. Okay, if you are not juggling from one to other, then your success is 100%. And enjoy whatever you do. Don't work under pressure. If you're working under a pressure, you can't achieve what you want to actually. And the ultimate point is you should be a superstar in your own field. You should be you should be unique, and you should be the one and only person in your particular field in which you are working. That is the key of success, I would like to say.
This is a great message and motivating speech. So, yeah, Doctor, we are done with the sessions, and thank you so much for joining. This is a one knowledgeable and litful session, I would say. Your journey in the lamfer is like a dream for everyone who's gonna start the lab. You're setting the example for all youngsters, and thank you so much for joining with us today in the
Thank
Madrid
you. Thank you.
podcast.
Really a great experience for me as well. Thank you, Roshna, and thank you, entire MedReach team, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you, Doctor. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hello, listeners. If you have any doubt regarding this episode, follow the topic in our Enriched Knowledge Sharing Forum. Thank you for listening. Hope you all enjoyed the session. Keep gaining the knowledge with healthcare industry expert by MedReach podcast through MedReach Knowledge Sharing Forum. Until the next episode, take care.